now.com, dochoskins.com, and several others. Just wanted to touch base with you this Wednesday morning. It's last Wednesday of the year. I talked about new beginnings and resolutions and bah humbug and all that stuff on Monday. I want to talk to you about new endings today. The question before us is, how are we going to end this year? And how are we going to end this week? How are we going to end today? And the real question is, how are you going to end fill in the blank? How are you going to end your fear about life and living? How are you going to end your fear of what other people think of you? How are you going to end the living a life that's not fully connected and fully experienced and fully lived out? How are you going to end those negative things that are holding you back? It's been said that winners never quit. And one of the things I love about Seth Godin is he wrote a book called The Dip. And he explains very clearly that winners quit all the time. In fact, winners are the best quitters there are. They just quit the things that hold them back, and they never look back at those things they quit. They look at the things that are holding them back from succeeding. They look at the things and the habits and the activities and the tendencies and the desires that would prevent them from achieving what their ultimate goal is, and they quit those. And so winners are the best quitters. They're just very good at knowing what to quit. So how are you going to quit those things that are holding you back? How are you going to end the things that are holding you back? You know, the year ending is a calendar thing. We have no control over that. The week ending is a calendar thing. We have no control over that. The day ending is a clock thing, and we have no control over that. What we do in that day and that week and that year, we do have control over. And so what are we going to do? How are you going to make the most of it? How are you going to make the most impact and be the most useful person in your group of influence? That's a question I have to ask myself every day. That's a question that I end up asking myself every morning is, how can I make today the most impactful on the people I meet? If you know me, you know my life mission statement is to positively affect the health, wealth, and spiritual condition of everyone I meet by caring, sharing, giving, and teaching. And my new mantra that I've added to that is to, for myself and the benefit of others, I will be fit, flexible, strong, and creative in everything I do in all areas of my life. Those things go together, and it's always about what can I do with the things God's entrusted me to make the most, the maximum, the biggest impact, positive impact on those around me, so that when I'm not here anymore, what's going on after things have ended, my story has ended, that the threads of what I've started to weave go on. Whether I'm recognized or not, I really don't care. But that those threads are going on, that I stewarded well, and what I left behind, the legacy, the impact, the stories, the memories, help other people be in a much better place. I was just watching Dr. Drew on the Pat McAfee Show podcast on YouTube. I'll link it here in a little bit. It's live right now. I was just watching them, and it was just an amazing interview about the COVID situation and going through the different variants. And Dr. Drew has his medical take on the vaccines and stuff like that. But it was interesting on how he said the most devastating thing is how we're dealing with this, and that people are starting to see the reality of things and are coming out of the mass media, mass hysteria media take on it. And he was very encouraged for that. If you know who Dr. Drew is, he's a psychologist. He's also a board certified medical doctor, internist, kind of certified in those areas of expertise. But so with all of the stuff going on, he was still very encouraged about people starting to see reality and starting to living accordingly, and not to be influenced by just the people in their silo. So I was very encouraged to hear that. It's very encouraging to hear his take on things, and it was just a really good interview. So I'll link that once it goes live, or once it gets to where I can link a timestamp. Podcast is not for everybody. Pat McAfee grew up in Philadelphia, or in Pittsburgh, outskirts of Pittsburgh, and so his vocabulary is a little rougher than what I'm comfortable with, but the content is, for me, entertaining and worth it. And especially when things like every week he has Aaron Rodgers on, and there's a lot of good story about him. And Aaron Rodgers' dad's a chiropractor. And today, the interview with Dr. Drew, Some very good information, and I like it, and it helps me pass the time over lunch. So, don't recommend it for everybody, but I will link the timestamps for that when I get it. Um, it was really good, and it made me think about the title for this is new endings. What are we going to quit? What fear are we going to lay aside? What preconceived notions are we going to lay aside? What Dunning-Kruger effect topics are we going to admit that we don't know everything about and we're not the expert because we have no degrees on it whatsoever? What are we going to lay aside so that we can get better? And then all of my talks have to come back to this. What's that got to do with chiropractic? It absolutely has nothing to do with chiropractic. It absolutely has everything to do with chiropractic. When are you going to end the disconnection your brain has with your body? When are you going to end the suffering that your body's going through because it's not clear of these things we take care of, or their own profession that takes care of, called vertebral subluxations? When are you going to end that? When are you going to just stop lying to yourself that it don't exist? When are you going to stop convincing yourself that it'll pass? When are you going to just get over it and come and see the chiropractor so that we can help you live the best life possible for the longest time possible? There you go. PureCowerNow.com. I'm Dr. Hoskins. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Make it a great day. Make it a great day. Don't just let it happen. Make it a great day. Love you. Bye.